Hey guys, so this video is going to be a hair tutorial using my beloved Instyler, and a lot of people have been asking me to do an updated tutorial since my hair has gotten longer since the last video that I did. So this is what this is, and I'm not sponsored, although I wish I was. And the thing is, if you look back in my videos, one of my very first videos was an Instyler video, and a lot of people have mentioned that they've seen me in the Instyler infomercial, which they did ask for permission to use my video in that, and they sent me another Instyler for my use, which was bomb. Okay, I love the Instyler. I do not use any other heating tool in my hair actually. I used to use a flat iron and I just got a lot of split ends, so my Instyler has been my savior. It leaves my hair shiny, healthy, and straight, and it's just been a dream to work with. So if you want to see how I do my updated Instyler curling video, this is like second day after, so I didn't film this intro on the same day, but you'll see the first day effects in the video. So hopefully you enjoy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. First, I'm going to give you a look at my hair when it's freshly washed and still a bit wet. And as you can see, the length in the back is about bra strap length, about midway into my back. And I'll show you what happens once it dries and kind of really volumizes and blows up. As you can see, the roots of my hair are a little bit more curly than the actual ends themselves. The ends themselves actually stay pretty straight once they're detangled. So now let's go ahead and tame this beast. The first thing I'm going to apply is a heat protectant spray. This is the Healthy Sexy Hair SOYA Want Flat Hair Hot Iron Spray, and it's a heat protectant. And I'm going to apply this all over my hair, sticking mainly to the roots, because as well as being a heat protectant, this also helps to straighten out the really curly ends. Now I'm going to grab my blow dryer and a paddle brush, and I also grab a boar bristle round brush here. So first I'm going to use the paddle brush and blow through my hair, and this is just going to help to detangle the hair and help dry any of the damp spots that may still be in my hair. And using a paddle brush helps to retain the volume somewhat. And I'm also going to go ahead and flip my hair over and get the bottom half of my head, and just go through your hair until it's sufficiently dry, and then grab the round brush and do more detailed straightening with the blow dryer. So I'm going against the roots of my hair and really trying to get some of that curl out of it, some of that wave that may still be lingering, and this is just going to help when we further style our hair. Flip it over and go for the back, because we know we want the back to be really flat and straight as well. Then I'm going to divide my hair in two halves. I'm just going straight down the middle. As you can see, I have a lot of waves still in the center of my head, so I'm just going to separate my hair into two and then blow dry the roots of my hair throughout the center and the back of my head, because the waves there tend to be a little bit more pronounced, so I'm going to straighten that with the blow dryer as well. So now you can go ahead and do the second side, and don't forget to get the back as well. So here we go. Here's my hair straightened out. This is as flat as I'm going to get it before the Instyler. So I just do a quick brush through just to straighten everything out. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my rat tail comb with 4 hairstyling clips, and I'm going to use this to separate my hair into sections. My hair is already separated down the middle, so now I'm going to divide it down the sides just behind my ears into 2 sections in the front. So just behind my ear, twirl it up and clip it in place, and then the back is already divided into 2, and I'm going to clip one of those sides because we're going to work one section at a time. Now I'm going to grab my Instyler. This is the original 1 1/4 inch barrel size, and my heat setting is the highest heat setting, that's the 3, because I find that I need that for my hair to get really straight. So just separate a section out. As you can see, I really want that section to be thin, about 1 inch thick, and I'm going to spray it with some heat styling spray. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the barrel side of the Instyler, that's the heated section, and just apply that along the roots of my hair to straighten that out a bit. Then I'm going to put the hair between the Instyler brush and the barrel, clip it down. It's rotating now, and I leave it under the root just a little bit to straighten that out while it rotates, and then I turn and twist the barrel side upwards, so it's facing upwards and away from my head. Do that, and that's how you'll get that curl. So I'm going to show you again. I'm gonna apply heat protectant spray all over my hair now, just so I don't have to do it for each section, and detangle it and distribute the product through. So again, get a little section of hair about 1 inch thick. You don't want it too thick or it won't work too well. Get the Instyler and apply the heated barrel against your hair roots so that it straightens it a bit. Clamp the hair between the barrel and the brush, and then rotate the Instyler so the barrel is facing up and outwards from your head. So it's facing away from your head and upwards. So keep doing that, and the direction of the barrel is key because that's how I maintain that curl. So I'm just going to keep doing this to the rest of my head. And then once you get to the top part of your hair, make sure that you keep the Instyler there a little longer because you really want the top of your hair to be really straight so it doesn't show through any curls or any waves that may be left. So make sure that that part is really straight. So that's what that will look like. And then, you know what? Take a break, have some water, because you must be thirsty by now, right? Let's do that before we move on to the other side. Now let's get onto the other side. Again, apply your heat protectant spray. And for this side again, divide your hair, separate a little section, apply the Instyler to the roots, clamp the hair between the Instyler and the brush, and turn the Instyler so the barrel is facing outwards and upwards. Just like that. So the Instyler goes under the hair, twist and turn, and it's going to be parallel with your head. So that's what I'm going to do, straight through my head, and just the direction of the Instyler is key to keep that curl. And make sure that you follow through your hair with the Instyler at the speed that you need to straighten your hair. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for coarser or curlier hair. It just depends on the texture of your hair and how long it takes. You may need to slowly pull the Instyler through your hair for it to really straighten it, versus you can do a quick swipe and it's straightened. So play around with it, determine how long you need to keep the barrel against your hair for it to really get straight. Then once I'm done with the back of my hair, what I'm going to do is separate the top section, just the top section, and you can do this to a couple of sections, but I'm just showing you one section at the top. I'm going to pull my hair straight up, apply the Instyler underneath, and just pull the Instyler upwards so I create volume. So I'm going straight upwards with this. I'm not turning the barrel, I'm just going straight upwards, and that can give you volume. So if you want to do that throughout your hair, you can also do that. So now let's move on to the front of the hair. The first section, apply your heat style protectant. Then I'm going to divide the hair into small sections to apply the Instyler. And now I'm going to apply the rotating barrel again against the hair so it straightens it. And again, just do that twisting motion so the Instyler faces up and parallel to your head. So we're going to speed through this part, just showing you the front of the hair being styled. Once you get to the top part, I divide the section into two because I want to really make sure this part gets straight. So I divide it into two and really leave the iron on so that the hair gets really straight hair. And then we can move on now to the other side. Again, separate the hair, apply the barrel against the hair, and as you can see through all of this, the Instyler is facing, when I use it, the barrel faces the back of my head. So the barrel is never towards my face, it's towards the back of my head. And this will help prevent burns in your face, and also it's going to give the direction of the curl that we want. If you want to turn the barrel the opposite way towards your face, then the curl is going to go the opposite direction. So determine what way you want your curls to face. I want them to face as you see them there, where they face backwards. So I make sure the Instyler faces towards the back of my head. And just pull that Instyler forwards throughout the hair so it kind of creates that direction for the curl. Now I'm just going to comb through my hair, and I'm going to pick out another section here, which you can do just to make sure you have the correct curl, and just re-curl that with the Instyler. As you can see, that's how the curl will fall. So that's how everything looks at the end. I'm going to grab my Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum, just a pump of that, and I'm going to rub this between my hands to make sure that it warms up, and then I'm going to distribute this through my hair, mostly on the ends, and then go through the roots just to make sure that we have nice distribution of the product, but not too much on the roots. And this is going to add shine to our hair as well as help tame those frizzies. Now you can use your comb and comb through the hair to direct the style just how you want it. So that's the Instyler, that's how I use it, and that's how I create this style right here that you see. And yeah, that's it, freshly done. And you can repeat this on the fronts of your hair in the morning time, and then just under the back, just to refresh the curls, but the curls will stay a little bit in place throughout wear. So there you go, guys. This is how I went from wet to frizzy dry and then to straight with using the Instyler, my favorite heat styling tool. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below, and check below for links to my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Talk to you soon. Bye.